Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I hope you're all doing very well. So the Super Bowl was last night, and honestly there's only two reasons why I cared. Okay, there's only two reasons why I cared about the Super Bowl. First of all, of course, because of the halftime show where we had none other than Fenty, Rihanna, I can't remember her name. Okay, but Fenty herself took center stage during the halftime show, performing some of her greatest hits, and honestly I was living. Like, honestly, okay, Rihanna's discography is truly unmatched. Like, the whole time I was watching the performance, you know, they posted it on YouTube, and I was just thinking, it's hit after hit after hit. She owned the like 20 teens and the late 2000s. Like from 2005 to 2016, Rihanna was queen. Rihanna was king. Okay, her discography is unmatched, for real. She could do a whole other Super Bowl halftime show with the other hits that she didn't perform last night and would still be excellent. It was incredible. Now, in terms of her performance itself, this is not a Super Bowl halftime show review anyway. But quickly, in terms of her performance itself, I would say that, you know, it was cute, it was good. I think her backup dancers were excellent, and I think the whole staging was pretty intriguing. I would have liked to see a bit more difference, but the levels of the stages and all of that was really dynamic, especially for people who are watching at home. And I think she, you know, gave a good effort, especially considering the fact that she announced, or rather revealed, that she's pregnant. So considering the fact that she's pregnant and she was singing, although she did have a backing track, I do think she gave a good show. But I do think overall it was dominated by just how legendary and iconic her discography is. And to be honest, I did see a couple of people on Twitter comparing Rihanna's performance last night to that of Beyonce when she was pregnant, and I don't think that's necessarily fair. I don't think that Rihanna overall has ever really been a performance girly. Like, she's had her moments, but I think people love Fenty, they love Rihanna because of her vibe and because of her brand, which is very chill. She's from Barbados, like she has that air of cool girl about her. She's the original cool girl, basically. Not to mention she had hit after hit after hit, which cemented her in the Hall of Fame for, you know, music. So I think in that regard she's untouchable. I would even say that I prefer okay, I prefer Rihanna's discography to that of Beyonce's, if I'm being honest. But make no mistake, when it comes to Beyonce's performances, her raw talent, her singing, that has always been superior, okay? So even though I prefer Rihanna's songs, I think Beyonce, she comes from the school of like Michael Jackson when it comes to performance. So she's always killed it, and we expect nothing less from her. And I'm sure people who have their tickets to the tour this year are going to be really excited to see her. But in the meantime, we got a nice Rihanna, you know, performance at the Super Bowl, so that was great, and that very much met my expectations. But the second thing that I was super excited about when it came to the Super Bowl was, of course, the trailers. Now, I will say I was very disappointed last night. Very disappointed last night when I did not get the Little Mermaid trailer. Disney, what is going on? Disney, like, I was shook. I kept waiting. Like, I was waiting with bated breath, waiting for the Little Mermaid trailer, and it didn't show up. First, there were rumors that it was going to drop in January, and I was like, okay, we're waiting. All 31 days of January came, went, nothing. Next, it was the Grammys. I'm like, okay, let's wait for the Grammys then. Okay, Grammys came, went, nothing. And now the Super Bowl too. Where is this trailer? It is coming out this year, right? Like, they're not gonna push it back. I think I can handle that. Okay, so I was disappointed that the Little Mermaid trailer did not drop last night, but we did get a couple of trailers, including the highly anticipated Flash trailer. So we're going to be diving into that one today. I have not seen it. This is my initial reaction, finally, to the Flash trailer. So I'm really excited to see, you know, what it looks like. James Gunn did say a couple of weeks back that it's one of the best superhero films that he's ever seen. And we shall see if it looks like it, or if he's just saying that to save face for the company, considering all of the drama surrounding Ezra Miller. So we're going to dive into my thoughts a bit more later on. But now I'm going to scooch over, I'm going to get my headphones, and let's take a look at the Flash trailer. Oh, there he is. There's the suit.
Another timeline.
The cowl. Ooh.
So why do you want to stay and fight to save this one?
Because this is the world where my mom lives. I'm not gonna lose her again.
Barry Allen's mom.
Time has a pattern that it can't help reliving.
This is giving me flashbacks to the CW era.
Different worlds.
I remember watching like 3 seasons of that show.
Drawn to each other like magnets.
Oh, a twin.
My face.
Is this twin?
So my face.
June 16th.
If you were to go into the past, you have no idea what the consequences can be. Bruce, I could fix things. You could also destroy
Ben Affleck.
everything.
This can't be happening. I completely.
It's giving Man of Steel.
Zod.
Is that
I'm
Zod?
waiting for you.
Oh, I didn't know he'd be coming back.
No metahumans. And now there's no one to defend us.
Okay. Michael Keaton. With that stiff neck.
You are?
Yeah. I'm Batman.
He sounds kind of as tired as I feel, honestly. I'm Batman. Oh, stop it. Is that Christian Bale? What Batmobile is that?
If I can't get back, there might not
That looks
be
cool.
a future.
All this electricity is such a good vibe. Supergirl. So much happening at once.
What's the play? Batman, what do we do?
We try not to die.
Who is that? Oh, is that Supergirl?
It's not Clark.
My name is Kara.
I'm Barry.
It's Supergirl. Okay. There's Supergirl as well. I keep getting very confused.
See this.
Wow. Oh, and shop the comics as well. There's like a cute little ad for the comics. Okay, I'm gonna take off these headphones and let's discuss. Okay, so I just watched the Flash trailer and I think it looks pretty good. I don't know what people are talking about, you know, this looking like the best superhero film ever made. My main issue with the Flash as a concept is that I wish that we had, you know, more time with Ezra Miller's Flash in order for all of these storylines to mean something. You know, in an ideal world, the DCEU would have been fleshed out properly. They would have done the groundwork. We would have been really invested in the universe. And then when Flashpoint comes along, where Barry Allen is messing around with timelines in order to save his mother, it means something. There's weight to the story because you're like, oh no, you know, we've seen how far these heroes have come. We've seen their journeys. And so him kind of, you know, changing the direction of everything has dire consequences. Whereas now, because the DCEU has been such a mishmash, the stakes aren't quite as high as they could have been if they had done things properly. But, you know, that's in an ideal situation. In terms of the film itself, I think the, you know, lightning, the effects that they use for the Flash and the different Flashes looks pretty cool. It looks pretty striking. I think the CG looks a little bit wonky sometimes, but in other times it looks pretty cool. And then you have, of course, the return of the Batman. You have Ben Affleck's Batman, who I never really loved, if I'm being honest. Listen, okay? I'm not going to turn around now just because this film is coming out and be like, oh yeah, I've always loved Ben Affleck's Batman. He's always been my favorite. Like, nah, I've never liked him. I've never liked him. I always thought he looked too chunky, too constipated, too emotionally constipated as well. He didn't have any charisma to me. He wasn't a charismatic and kind of a Batman that I could get invested in. Like, I just didn't care about this iteration of the character. However, some of you guys may know that last year I finally checked out all of the live action Batman films And I did come to really appreciate Michael Keaton in the role. And so I am really excited to see him here. Not gonna lie, I am really excited to see him here. I do think it's kind of peak because he made that whole movie Birdman about an actor who, you know, goes back and does the role that made him famous to begin with all over again. And it's very bitter and very kind of saccharine in that film. Whereas he's kind of living out the actor's real life, returning as Batman here. People thought it was ironic when Michael Keaton became Vulture in the Spider-Man universe, but now, like, it's even more fitting. So Batman has aged either like fine wine or like milk. But overall, listen, I think this is a cool trailer. It looks very DC. It definitely gives me flashbacks to the early seasons of The Flash when I used to watch the series on the CW, which is coming to an end this year. And I'm interested to see, you know, what comes of this movie. But the big question for me is, do I think that the success of this film will warrant having Ezra Miller in future projects? I don't know. I still think it would be inappropriate to have them headline an entire franchise surrounding The Flash. The film would just have to be so impeccable, like so mind-blowing and revolutionary for it to seem almost justified. But I mean, those criminal charges are really serious against them. So I don't know. I really do not like how Warner Brothers has handled the situation, hoping that it will just go away. I think personally, what they'll do is they'll have The Flash come out. They'll promote it as much as they can. You know, Warner Brothers Discovery is having issues with money as it is. They're not promoting much. So the fact that they decided to promote this means that they think that this is their best bet for the year. And I would say, you know, promote it as much as you can, have fans excited, but I wouldn't really invest in a future Flash series just because Ezra Miller is so problematic. It's such an issue. Okay, like criminal charges, guys, there must be consequences, right? And so far, for me personally, I'm not seeing anything revolutionary enough to warrant having this actor continue to headline the franchise. Like, I'm really not. Like, it looks good. The trailer looks sick, okay? There are definitely some exciting elements to that. Supergirl, very excited to see Supergirl. Don't love her costume, I must say, but, you know, and then returning to the Man of Steel era, like, a lot of this stuff is interesting. But again, because of how wobbly the DCEU has been, I'm not as invested in this storyline as I could have been had it been set up properly. And also, I just feel like there's this overarching feeling of just like, get it over with already. Like, just release the thing, you know, because this has been in development for decades now. It's been so long and I just feel tired. I want to see the film already and, you know, make judgments on the film overall, because right now it's just like, it's been so long since this has been announced. I feel like I know all of the plot points already. I just want to see it done. But that's it from me, guys. Now that I've told you guys my thoughts on Rihanna's performance at the Super Bowl yesterday and also on The Flash, it's time for you guys to let me know what you thought of this trailer down in the comments below, and what do you think Warner Brothers should do with Ezra Miller? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Please be sure to subscribe to catch new videos coming up, and be sure to check out my Black History Month video which dropped yesterday, where I talk about my recommendations for what you guys should check out this month. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.